This video is made for viewers that are age 13 and older. If you're not 13, come back when you're 13. Bye!
ShartimusPrime. Reading comics, toys are hella sick, hella whacking it, taking bad hits, taking bad shit. Subscribe.
Hey, at least I'll be eating Carl's Jr.
Hey, what's up you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another DC Multiverse action figure review on two different action figures. In one video, we are looking at the DC Multiverse Collect and Connect Killer Croc Waves, Batman, and Alfred. These figures are sold separately. If you're trying to pick them up, you can do so at Megalopolis, City of Collectibles, where you can pick up your Marvel Legends and all kinds of other action figures. They have their daily deals and an awesome rewards points programs. Check them out, link in the description below. Now these two figures right here, aside from the Collect and Connect, are the ones that I've been looking forward to the most. We have our Dick Grayson Batman right there, looking pretty cool on the side, and then you get Alfred right over here on the side, and then on the back you can see we get the Killer Croc, and then there's the other figures from the wave. We have a read-up on Batman. If you want to read it, go ahead and pause it right now. Here's a read-up on Alfred Pennyworth. If you want to read it, go ahead and pause it right now. Then we get the characters on this side as well, and you get a spot varnished DC logo on the top, and not much more at the bottom, so let's get to it and crack these things open. And here's the Dick Grayson Batman and Alfred Pennyworth out of the packaging, and I gotta say that Batman figure is probably my least favorite figure that I've picked up in a while. I mean, I'm really disappointed in it. Very bad Batman figure. However, the Alfred is pretty awesome, and it comes with a lot of accessories. The Batman barely comes with anything. So let's get a closer look at the accessories that come with these figures, and then we'll take a closer look at Batman and Alfred. More head, woohoo! Alright, so we get 4 head sculpts with Alfred over here, and then we get 2 head sculpts for the Dick Grayson Batman. Here's the maskless or cowless Dick Grayson right here, not looking bad at all. I do like this head sculpt actually. I think the eyes came out pretty clean. You know, it doesn't look too bad at all. I like how the hair looks. We get some blue mixed in there with the black, as I mentioned before. I like that. He does seem a bit tanned, you know what I mean? But, you know, it doesn't look bad at all. And we got the cowl on right over here, looking pretty good. He's got a smirk going on, so, you know, that kind of does look like how he looked in the comic books. I like that, and of course you have the folded down cowl right over here, so that looks pretty good too. And then Alfred, oh man, this is so cool. Okay, so we get a comic book Alfred right over here, which reminds me of the animated series Alfred a bit, and this is my favorite head sculpt. He has a bald spot right over here in the back. I like how the gray looks, and you have the lighter gray mixed in there as well, so that's cool. It changes. Really like the flesh tone. Nice clean mustache, and the eyes look really good right here. And then we have our 66 Batman series version that has a little bit of gunk over the glasses. That's a little annoying. I tried scraping that off, and I'm scared to ruin it. The light gray, you know, looks really good, and I like the glasses, and the likeness looks really good. I did recognize him right away, so that's cool. I can't remember the actors' names off the top of my head. Here we have our 80s, 90s Batman, and yeah, this one looks great. This is one of my favorite ones. So this is actually kind of what makes me want to have 2 of these figures, because I'd like to have both Alfreds now. But yeah, I really like this a lot. And then you have, I guess this is an evil Alfred. I don't know if this is part of like a Snyder run or something, but it looks pretty good. I like the detail, and it kind of fades away from a flesh tone right over there. So that's pretty neat. I like how the paint looks underneath the eyes, and the mouth looks good and everything, you know. And then you get the Butler stuff. So yeah, you get the little glass, which actually looks fantastic. This is really well detailed. I like that a lot. It looks very realistic. I'm sure, I think my Abuelita has a glass that looks just like this. And then the cowl looks really good right here, you know, so yeah, I like that. And it just sits right on top of the dish tray, or yeah, it's just a tray right there, so that's really cool. Getting him to hold the tray evenly is really tricky to do. I gotta say, I'll get into the articulation more later on, but he does not have a side-to-side hinge, and that would have been really helpful as far as getting him to hold this properly. This properly. So I'm not really stoked about this figure, but one of the redeeming qualities are the paint apps. The paint apps do look pretty clean, but the body does look very skinny, and there is some muscle sculpting here that throws me off. Like the shoulders look a little bit weird. There is a soft dark gray going over it, which does look nice, but the way some of the muscles were sculpted just really throws me off. And I do think the figure is just too skinny, even for Dick Grayson, and the proportions look all weird. He only has 2 spikes on the gloves instead of 3. That throws me off. And then the whole forearm to wrist is all gappy and looks weird. And the muscles look okay, but he does have chichas, and man, where's my Batman got chichas for, huh? and he has a super skinny cape made out of a nice fabric material, but it's super skinny and just way too small for Batman. And the legs are all scrawny looking, and he has big ass feet over here, and yeah, he does have pegholes. And no detailed treads at the bottom of the feet on this Batman figure either. That would have been nice to have. So the Batman articulation is okay, and it's pretty much the same on both head sculpts. You do have a dumbbell joint in there, so it'll only allow him to look upward that much, and he will look downward that much. You get side-to-side motion, and no real head pivoting, just a tiny bit. Shoulders move outward that far. You can move them down, rotate a full 360. You get bicep swivel, single jointed elbow, which was super stiff on the left side for me, but it doesn't even meet 90 degrees. Both wrists turn side to side and hinge up and down. You get an ab crunch forward and no ab crunch back. And I feel like I'm kind of snapping this in half right over here as I try that. So just crunches forward a little bit. You get a waist swivel. Hips move outward very far, so you can do the splits all the way, which is neat. Better than DCUC gaping crotch pits. He can kick forward that much and back a little bit. Upper thigh cut. Double jointed knees, and then his ankles move down. They move up, and he has no ankle pivot. Well, we get side to side, but yeah, no ankle pivot. Oh, it's so frustrating. Now, the Alfred Pennyworth figure is awesome. I do love the layered attire right over here. I was surprised that the tie worked out as well as it does. It does protrude right there from the vest, which is really good looking, and I do like how the vest came out. A lot of nice wrinkles sculpted on there, great wrinkles sculpted on the arms. I like how the Mickey Mouse gloves came out, and he does have some nifty seams in the back, which look great, and he has some glossy buttons right over there. I love the pinstriped pants. They're all sculpted in there, as well as some nicely sculpted wrinkles. And of course, I like how the fancy shoes look, and he still has pegholes at the bottom of the feet. And Alfred's articulation is not too shabby. You can move his head up right there that much, and he does have a hinge right over here instead of just the dumbbell joint. You can move the head downward. You get side-to-side motion right there, and it does get a bit gappy. That can be annoying, but I don't know. It doesn't bother me that much. You do get some head pivoting. Shoulders move up very far, way more than Batman. You can move the arms down, and they rotate a full 360. You get a mid-bicep swivel. Double jointed elbows, which look great. That's crazy. The Batman does not have double jointed elbows, but the Alfred does. Then the wrist turns side to side, and they both hinge up and down. He does have an ab crunch forward, which made a very loud, scary click sound for me, and it may do it again. Oh, crap. Now I'm scared I'm going to break it. I'm not going to push it more than that. Yeah, I don't want to break my figure, but yeah, he crunches forward just a little bit and back a little bit. Just a little bit of wobbling for an ab crunch. Not much there at all. He has a waist swivel. Hips move outward very far, and he kicks forward that much, back a little bit, upper thigh cut, double jointed knees, ankles move down a little bit, and they move up a little bit, and he actually does have ankle pivot. It's kind of in between that side-to-side motion and ankle pivot, but leaning a little bit more towards the ankle pivot side. Now to measure out Alfred and Batman, you can see that Batman is standing shorter, or at least the eye line is, and you can see that to the top of the head, he's just a little over 6.5 inches tall, and it looks like Alfred's just right at the 7-inch mark. Now for a Dick Grayson and Batman comparison with this Dick Grayson Batman figure, we have our DCUC Batman, and then we have our Dick Grayson Robin right there. And yeah, these figures actually look pretty small next to this Batman. So if I bring in Alfred for the comparison, now we have a very tall Alfred for our Batman and Robin, right? Yeah, and it's okay. You know, actually, it doesn't really bother me that much. I guess I just like seeing the three of these together. It kind of just makes me happy. And then here's Alfred and Batman next to the other figures from this wave that I've already reviewed. We have KG Beast, Katana, Red Hood, and Red Robin. And we all have a Killer Croc Collect and Connect review tomorrow, along with Shark Friday. And that video is going to be age restricted. So if you're under 18, do not expect that to show up in your feed. Then here's Alfred and Batman next to your average 6-inch scale figure. We have the Marvel Legends Big Time Badass Spider-Man. Dun, da, 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 dun, da, da, dun, da, 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 you suck. Yeah, so you guys know how I feel about the Batman figure. I was actually pretty optimistic towards it, but yeah, it's just not a great figure, man. It's not a very good figure at all, so I'm really bummed out about that, and the lack of accessories with that Batman is just ridiculous. The articulation's not great. The Alfred figure is so much better, so I'm obviously rating these figures differently. At the price point of around 20 to 25 bucks, I'm giving the Batman figure a Sud rating of pass. And for about the same price point, I'm giving the Alfred figure a Sud rating of
I love it!
And I'd like to know what you guys think, so please let me know in the comment section below. Am I the only one here that feels this way about these figures? I'd like to know. So leave your comment, hit the like button if you like this video, and hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell if you have not already. And a big, overwhelming thank you to all the people over here that support this YouTube channel during this YouTube crisis that we're going through over on Patreon. It really does mean a lot having a support group like this, man. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. If you're interested in signing up, now is the time to do it. I'm asking 1% of the viewers, So if you're a part of that 1%, that'd be great. If not, it's okay too, man. Until YouTube deletes this YouTube channel, I'll keep on posting videos. If you want to see the latest in Marvel news, be sure to check out marvelousnews.com and be sure to follow me over on the Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch. And I'll catch you guys later. Peace!
I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures every day. I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, it's okay.
That's crispy.
Hey, new ShartimusPrime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't.
We're shot, your face is set, we're shot.